Hey folks, PCoutcast here, back with more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and we're back aboard. Let's see if Candrace has any more war stories.
Yeah, what do you want? I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Cool. Tell me the story.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
Let me guess, you won.
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
Well, you're a great warrior.
Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things.
Now,
is there something else you want to know?
Interesting to hear. So you can make me adrenal stimulants.
Your choice.
But I won't bother with that right now. Yeah, so the guy that was selling stuff back there kind of died, right? Yeah, so I can't actually get rid of some of the junk I'm carrying. Can I learn any more from this girl? I could just tell her to get off the ship. I have to go. I'm kind of tired of trying to learn her stupid language. Okay. Oh, Jahani. Let's have a little chat with Jahani. I really do want to turn her to the dark side.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I suppose I have not talked very much about the Jedi I met back home. They, all of them, were so very invigorating. They were so very alive. So full of hope and energy and zeal. In retrospect, I can see it was a little bit tragic.
What do you mean?
Those Jedi were going to fight the Mandalorians just after they had invaded. Many of those Jedi perished in the fighting. But to us, they seemed invincible. Especially their leader, who they talked about all the time. Paragons of light and justice, sweeping away all iniquity before them. It was like looking at gods.
Damn straight, I do look divine.
I can only assume that that was some misguided attempt at humor. I was using poetic license. But those Jedi, they were enthralling. Everyone wanted just to touch them. Some people thought it would bring them luck. Not that the peace they brought lasted very long.
What happened?
The Jedi left. The people grew complacent. Those who had been wronged saw their chance at revenge. And so the cycle continues. The oppressed become the new generation of oppressors. The human oppressed, that is. The non-humans were never treated well in any case. We felt the brunt of both administrations.
Well, you can't really blame them. All species are capable of intolerance. Was it that bad?
Of course it was. They took their frustrations and hate out on us because the people they wanted had already fled or were too well protected. But no one looks out for the injustices we suffered. Oh no, but I am sorry. I should not have outbursts like that.
As long as you do not let your anger influence you. Such anger can lead to the dark side. It is all right. Oh, it is good. Let your anger be free, my friend.
No, it is not. Anger can lead to the dark side, and I must be ever careful that I do not fall back into those ways. I thank you for your support. My outburst was uncalled for, but you did not lash back at me. You are a much better Jedi than I, it would seem. But let us not speak more of this now. We should continue on our journey. Perhaps later we will talk again.
Okay. Can you help me? No, never mind. Bastila?
How can I help?
Can you help me with the stowaway?
I'm confident that you can deal with that on your own.
You're like a mother hen. Why don't you do it? Alright, so Kashyyyk is done. Dantooine is done. Manon, I'm supposed to go back to. Him. That might be interesting. Tatooine. Also got Yavin. These coordinates point to a small space station orbiting the gas giant of Yavin. Let's go there. We'll try that out.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Ooh, nice. Oh my. That's Dracula collar.
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Does that mean we're gonna run into them here at Yavin? Okay.
Yes, what's in
What can you tell me about this place?
I don't really know much about this place. Sorry.
Can you do anything about the stowaway?
Sorry. Can't be much help with that.
How can I help?
Never mind.
Then I suggest...
I don't know if Yavin's a good choice. Should have gone somewhere else instead. How you doing, Zolbar? Anything you want? I'd like you to make me a grenade. Alright, let's see what I can do. I think I have enough parts for something. Just a moment. There you go, one grenade. Careful with it. Maybe we can talk later. Very well. Well, I don't know about this place. Let's save, I guess. Probably a good idea. Yavin. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone to Tatooine first. Or at least attempted to go back to Manon. Whatever. Alright. Bro, I think we'll take you for a change. And we'll take her. She seems to be getting more light. Damn it. That is the wrong way. Juhani, give in to your hate.
Huh?
Huh? Level up. I'll give you some new gear. It's got the Chani armor. Look, put him into some nice Mandalorian battle armor. Yeah. How about that? And can't you wear the Mandalorian helmet? No? That's a shame. Take one of those. Demolition strength. Yeah, demolitions maybe. You can't use this. That's too bad. Still have your repeating blaster. Okay, that's good. That's alright, I guess.
What?
That's nothing by the looks of it there. So what is this place anyway? Who is that? What do you want? I recognize your ship. Davix, isn't it? Who are you? You new or something? Yeah, I'm new. Very new. Open this door, I'll blow my way in. I'll huff and I'll puff. I don't know what you're talking about. New, very new. You don't sound like a Trandosian, and you're not one of Davix. Who are you? What do you want? I'm a Republic soldier. I'm trying to save the galaxy from the Sith. I do work for Davik. Davik went down with Terrace when the Sith destroyed it. That much I've learned from the local exchange. So who are you? Oh, a Republic soldier. Republic, eh? The Republic hasn't been here in 50 years. Don't see why they'd start now. Still, I have nothing against the Republic, so as long as you don't get all worked up, I guess I can let you in. It would be nice to have someone to talk to for a change. Trandosians and smugglers aren't exactly stunning conversationalists. I come here every once in a while. It's how I keep in the loop, you know. But Trandosian lizard speak is kind of hard to follow, and they have pretty limited imaginations. Smugglers aren't much better either. Look, this is getting kind of awkward through this door. If you'll just hold on a minute, I'll open this damn thing up, and we can talk more face to face. Just have to fiddle with this damn door lock. It keeps jamming. There we go. You don't look like I thought you would. Too human. Don't see many of your kind out here at all anymore. Not since the war, at any rate. What brings you here? I'm on a quest. I seek the pieces of a map to a Starforge. Starforge? Never heard of it. There's nothing in the system except ruins of Exar Kun's war. Exar Kun? Eh? What? Don't tell me you youngsters don't know anything about Exar Kun in that war. But then again, there have been a lot. Troubles recently, I've heard. Enlighten me. Exar Kun was a Jedi, to start at least. He came here to Yavin and landed on the 4th moon, one you can see through the window. There were some ancient Sith temples there, and in them Exar Kun gained terrible powers. He raised the Sith and waged war against the Republic, much like what seems to be happening today. But Exar Kun was far more powerful than any Sith Lord who has come since. The very ground trembled beneath his feet, and we looked at you, you just... But that's all in the past now. I've got my life of staying here and tinkering with the stuff I found in the ruins, and the things the Trandosians and smugglers bring me. Spend your time here on the station alone? Yes, of course. You don't see anyone else around, do you? Well, not entirely alone at any rate. Trandosians and smugglers come every so often and drop things off and pick some of my inventions up. You're an inventor? Maybe a little. I just tinker with stuff I found laying around the ruins on Yavin 4, or that the Trandosians or smugglers bring me. Of course, with them it's usually weapons and things. But I just have so many ideas that people haven't seemed to come up with yet. It's really quite astonishing. So tell me about the Trandosians. Mercenaries and bounty hunters. Scum, mostly. They look like big two-legged lizards. So sort of like Rhodians. No, nothing like Rhodians. Trandosians are ugly, disgusting creatures, but you'd never want to say that to their faces. Rip their head clean off, probably. Why are they here? They found me here a couple of years after the war ended. Usually they don't bargain with people they find alone in abandoned space stations, but we worked out a deal. I'd give them a few of my more applicable inventions at reasonable prices, and they'd keep me supplied with food and new materials. It's worked out well so far, for years really. With Davik gone, they've been getting ideas though. Anything else you want to know? Do you have anything you want to sell me? Yeah, I've picked a few things kicking around the place. Stuff Trandoshans and smugglers have brought me to look at, and a few things I've been making from parts. They aren't cheap, though. They pay a lot for what I can make, and anything I sell to you, I can't exactly sell to them now, can I? But if you're willing to pay, I've got a few of my more advanced things you can look at. I'm always working on more, so you can check back some other time if I don't have what you want right now. Light exoskeleton. Nice. Defense 6. Max dexterity 5. Bonus dexterity and strength. And it's upgradable. 10,000 credits. This one's stealthy. Dexterity and blaster bolt deflection. Implants. I can't use any like brain implant thingies. What does that do? Super efficient version of the normal droid energy shield. Okay, with unlimited uses. That's pretty cool. Alright, what can I sell to you? These med packs are kind of useless. Repair kits, security spikes, computer spikes. Hey, Jedi Master Robe. What am I currently? I'm wearing Dark Jedi Master Dark Jedi Master Robe, I think. Get rid of that. I can get rid of the long sword. Probably get rid of that too. Yeah, it's fine. Give me my money. Get rid of the vibra blades. I'll keep that. The shiny foil is pretty nice. Get rid of the vibra swords. Get rid of one of the blades. Got so many lightsabers. And crystals for them. Look at that, 10 red ones. Get rid of a couple of blaster pistols. Actually, we should probably just get rid of the blaster pistols altogether and use Mandalorians instead. They're better. A lot better. Heavy blaster. No, Mandalorian one's still better. That's a nice one. I wonder how viable a blaster build is in this game. Got a bunch of bowcasters. Chundar's bowcaster is quite nice. Wow, that's really nice. A lot more damage. Get rid of a couple of these blaster or bowcasters. Yeah, sell a couple of them. Thank you. And disruptor rifle. That's not that great. Carbine. That's not that great either. Might as well just take the money. That one's nice. That's meh. Mandalorian assault rifle. Look at this cannon thing. It's crazy. I should give that to Canderous. Interface visors, piles of shields, whole bunch of implants that I can't use, that nobody can use apparently. There we go. Some mines. Whew. Well, that helped. Give me like 4 grand. Yep, let's check Canderous. Nope, Canderous. You've got 5 to 14, and it is upgradable. How about this cannon? 8 to 13, so it's slightly better. Has an attack modifier. I mean, it's not amazingly better. That's pretty nice. Eh, sure. Yeah, give him a bowcaster.
Yes?
Okie doke. What can I do on here? Denied. Can I... What? What? Can I go anywhere else, sir? What do you want? Some questions. Tell me about the system. Well, this gas giant here is Yavin, and it's got a whole bunch of moons around it. The only really interesting one is Yavin 4, though, and it's been pretty much picked clean. What is it? What's on it? When Exo Kun started the Great Sith War 50 years ago, he used Yavin 4 as a base, building a lot of his Sith temples there. When he lost, the Republic came and bombed the surface of the planet, destroying pretty much everything. Pretty much? Well, you could still find a few things here and there on the surface and buried from the bombardment. Some that look much, much older. I've been there a bunch of times and found pretty much all there is to find. I took them back here and tinkered with them a bit, getting them up and working or improving them. I have a bunch you can look at if you're interested. No, I don't want to look at them right now. I want to go down. How do I get down? Do you know anything about Star Maps or Starforge? Never heard of them. Plenty of artifacts on Yavin 4, but no forges or whatever. If that's all you're interested in, you probably want to try another system. I don't seem to be able to move anywhere. No. So do I have to come back here, or am I missing something? Something obvious? Like, there's nothing else I can interact with, and he doesn't seem to be allowing me to go further. Tell me about yourself. Yeah, I'm nobody, doing nothing. Been in this system for over 50 years, before the station was even built. I just sit around all day and tinker with this and that, trying out a few of my ideas. Why did you come here? The station is an old Republic supply depot from when they were fighting Exo Kun. Once they destroyed Yavin 4's surface, though, they didn't need it anymore. Once they'd gone, I decided to move in and use the place myself. It's not very roomy, but I think it's turned out alright, and it's close to Yavin 4, where I get most of my parts. Nobody comes here except the smugglers or Trandoshans anyway, so I get left alone the way I like it. Okay, so there's nothing else. So you're from the system? Well, not exactly. See, I'm not as young as I look. Actually, I'm pretty old by most standards. I've been here since the war, really. Were you in the war? The Sith were building a whole lot of temples in Yavin 4 by Exo Kun's order. They needed people to build it for them, so they got slaves. Most of the slaves were put to work on the buildings directly, but there were a lot of other things needed to make a planet a working base, weapons for instance. So there were some Baragwin to work for them making weapons. You know Baragwin, right? And I was one of the ones working under the Baragwin. I guess you could say I had a talent for it. The Baragwin I worked for, he took me under his wing and made me his apprentice even. But almost all of them died when the Republic destroyed the place, so I guess it's useless to think about it. You were a slave. Well, yeah, kind of. More like forced labor, really. We worked, or we died. Life gets really simple when someone puts it to you like that. We didn't have it near as bad as the ones who were actually building the temples themselves, though. I wouldn't be surprised if not a single one saw the temples completed. Huh. Do you have any gadgets you want? Do you have any Baragwin equipment? I might have a couple. You want to take a look? Sure. No, that's just the same stuff. Okay, I guess we're going to go back to the ship. Quickly. I can't go that way. No. Oh, get out of the way, girl. Huh. Well, I don't really know what is going on. I don't know why I can't do any of that. Can't seem to go anywhere. Maybe I have to come back. Alright, Tatooine it is. Time for another dream.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Reverend Malak. Tatooine is known for little but glowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
Like it was in some kind of
The
cave.
star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Well, yeah, I guess, you know, once we found the star map, it would be clear that we've found the star map. Or some such. I guess I should just keep using her. He's pretty good, though, too. It's a bit irritating, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get her to turn dark side with me.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve. After some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this.
What if I say no?
Zerka Corporation maintains this docking station at great expense. It is within our rights to refuse landing permission. And I warn you, we've had troublemakers before. The bay is lined with autoguns. Violence is not a survivable option.
Anyway, you would reconsider this.
I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable. We have a very thin margin of profit on this world.
The money I save, I'll spend in your stores.
No, I'm sorry, but we have to charge something. Maintenance is expensive out here.
Fine.
I thought you would. Without these fees, Zerka Corporation would have closed this port years ago. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure?
I need some good paying work.
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in central Anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them.
Can you give me some background on Tatooine?
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
Tell me about Zerka's operations.
I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it.
Come now, friend.
I'm sorry. It's not really a big secret, but my superiors don't like people talking about it.
Hey.
I will answer as best I can. What will you need while on Tatooine?
That's it.
As you
Let's
wish.
just move.
If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Alright. Well, we will carry on Tatooine in the next episode. Thanks very much for joining me. We'll see you then.